Do you know what today is? It's White History Wednesday. Hey, how you doing? This your girl Maya Lamise, and for those of you who are new here, this is White History Wednesday, specifically made for the people who said, "Why do Black people need an entire month to tell their history?" And for that, I give you 52 days. Ready to hear it? Here it go. Right now in 2025, Republicans control the House, the Senate, majority of the governor, Supreme Court pick, and the presidency. Now, this hasn't happened since 1928, and the next year was the start of the Great Depression. White History Wednesday. Now, the year before the Great Depression, when they controlled everything, they pushed corporate greed, deregulation, short-term profits, and as a result, banks failed, the stock market crashed, unemployment went up, people lost farms, homes, savings, and more. Does that sound familiar to y'all? White History Wednesday, because the government shutdown started today. Now, I do want to talk about slavery because I get a lot of comments like, Black people weren't the only slaves. Let's break it down. Slavery did exist in ancient civilizations. In Greece and Rome, enslaved people were often prisoners of war, captured soldiers, debtors, or foreigners. Skin color did not define who was enslaved. Let's start there. 7th to 20th century, there was the Arab slave trade where millions of African Slavs and other people were moved. I'm trying to get my words because I don't need them trying to take my video down. They've been doing that a lot lately. Lord. In Asia, systems of bonded labor or caste-based servitude tied families for generations in India and China. Even in the Americas before Europeans, some native nations took war captives as slaves, but they can sometimes be adopted into the tribe and not forced into permanent generational bondage. White History Wednesday. Now, the difference between that slavery that happened back in the day and America chattel slavery is race based. In the U.S., slavery became tied only to being African. Laws drew the line when it was European immigrants equal free and Black equal slaves. They drew that line in the sand. It also became hereditary. If your mother was enslaved, you were enslaved forever, no matter your father's status. The U.S. chattel slave trade was permanent. Other systems sometimes allow people to buy their freedom. In the Americas, freedom was rare and tightly controlled. Chattel slavery was definitely dehumanizing. Africans were treated not as human beings, but as property, sold, mortgaged, and insured as livestock. Let's talk about the pseudoscience and religion of it all, right? So, European leaders created the fake science to claim that Africans were naturally inferior and twisted religion to justify their bondage. That's a whole nother conversation because y'all not really ready to talk about the fact that y'all be praying to a European immigrant Jesus when the Bible say skin of bronze, hair of wool. White History Wednesday. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Air Atlanta. It was the only Black-owned airline founded in 1984 by an attorney, Michael R. Hollis. And the legend is that he knew how to treat his people. They said the food was good, seats was affordable, all of that. We need to bring that back. White History Wednesday. Now, the Miss America pageant started in 1921, but in 1971, Miss Cheryl Browne was the first Black contestant. Now, she didn't win, however, she broke barriers for the women who are able to go on and compete and win today. White History Wednesday. Now, this one listen. Did y'all know that all U.S. presidents except Martin Van Buren are related to King John of England, tracing their ancestry through English colonial settlers? Although the exact connections vary, most of them are related. White History Wednesday. I don't know, that right there just make you wonder because we talk about the 1% that run everything, and obviously they control who the president is, and they put who they want to put in office. White History Wednesday. Now, did you know that Obama was not the first Black president? The first Black president was actually John Hanson, and he served from 1781 to 1782. Did you also know that there were 10 other Black presidents? However, they weren't U.S. presidents. They were just born in the U.S. Liberia was founded by freed slaves, and a lot of American-born citizens became the president of Liberia. We have Joseph Jenkins Roberts, Stephen Allen Benson, Daniel Bashir Warner, James Spriggs Payne, Edward James Roy, James Skivering Smith, Anthony William Gardner, Alfred Francis Russell, William David Coleman, and Garrison Walter Gibson. White History Wednesday.
Maya Lee, back with the heat. White History Wednesday, she posting receipts. Fuck your feelings, she only spitting facts. Sis dropping knowledge while we fade to black. White lies, no alibis, reap what you sow. Black history hit different when the truth unfolds. Talk is cheap, pay us what you owe. Never been our friend, always been our foe. Old white hood, new red hat, change the color of your hate. We still proud and black.
And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I also have a little tip jar if you go on my bio. Thank you. Still watching others grow while you're stuck on the sidelines? Well, that ends today, okay? My ebooks break down how to grow your platform fast. And I also have 5 proven ways on how to make passive income. And if you keep getting in your own way, that's what my coachings are for, to help you elevate, shift your mindset, and actually move. So make sure you click the link in my bio to download the ebooks, book a session, and change your life. Real growth is waiting, but it won't wait forever. Let's go.